The moment I read her text. Relax. It's just a trip. I felt something in my chest collapse, as if the words themselves had weight and landed hard on my ribs. I had asked her one simple question. Why are you going with him? And that was the response I got. Dismissive. Cold. Almost mocking. I remember staring at my phone, the screen lighting up my empty living room while the suitcase she refused to let me help pack sat still by the door like a witness to the whole unraveling of my marriage. I didn't reply. Not yet. I needed the truth to sting her the way her lies had begun to sting me. It started a week before the trip. My wife Alina had been acting strange. Not the dramatic kind of strange, nothing loud or obvious. Just quieter. Colder. More careful with her phone. She started sleeping with it face down, silencing notifications, stepping outside to stretch her legs whenever someone called. I kept making excuses for her in my head. Work stress. Fatigue. Maybe even boredom with routine. But excuses don't change reality. They just delay it. The night before she left, she barely looked at me while zipping her bag. It's a group trip, she said. A bunch of old friends from university. Faraz just happens to be going. Don't read into it. Faraz. Her ex. Her almost husband once. You could have told me earlier, I said. I knew you'd overreact, she whispered, brushing past me. She didn't kiss me goodnight. She didn't even touch me. The next morning she left so quickly, I didn't even get the chance to walk her to the door. The Uber honked once and she grabbed her bag, muttered a bye, and disappeared. I stood at the window watching her go, feeling like someone had just driven off with a part of me. She didn't text to say she landed, didn't call, didn't send a picture. But that evening, after I asked why she was traveling with her ex, she gave me that single cold word, relax. That's when I decided I wouldn't beg anymore. I wouldn't cry. I wouldn't demand anything. I would simply let her reveal herself. I replied with one sentence. Have a great trip. Don't worry about me at all. It was polite, gentle, almost indifferent. I knew her well enough to understand it would hit her like a slap. She wanted me anxious. She wanted me insecure. She wanted the power. So I took it back. For the next 2 days I didn't text her once. I didn't call. I didn't ask where she was, who she was with, what she was doing. I stopped tracking her location on my phone. I stopped imagining the worst. Instead I got busy. I cleaned the entire house. I cooked for myself. I went to the gym, something I hadn't done in months. I took long walks at night, letting the cold air burn my lungs enough to remind me I was still alive. And on the third day it started. The first call came at 11:42 a.m. I didn't pick up. The second call came a minute later. Ignored. By the time she called the fourth time, I let it ring just long enough for her to think I might answer, then declined it. A text followed. Why are you acting weird? I didn't reply. Another text. Are you seriously ignoring me? Still nothing. 3 hours later she called again. This time she left a voice note, her voice low and irritated, like she was trying to hide the frustration from whoever might be near her. Stop acting like a child. I told you it's a friendly trip. You're being dramatic. Dramatic. The same word she had once used when I cried after my father passed. I stared at the message until the audio expired, then turned my phone face down the way she always did. On the fourth day, something changed in her tone. Her messages weren't annoyed anymore, they were nervous. Why aren't you responding? Is everything okay at home? You're worrying me. The calls increased morning, afternoon, midnight. 28 in total that day alone. I knew because I counted them. Not because I cared, but because I wanted to remember how quickly guilt eats at a liar. I didn't respond a single time. I wasn't playing a game. I wasn't trying to manipulate her. I had simply accepted a truth, maybe for the first time. If she wanted to betray me, she would. And if she cared, she wouldn't have left in the first place. My silence wasn't revenge. It was clarity. On the fifth night, she finally broke. She called at 2:14 a.m., and for reasons I still can't explain, I answered. Maybe I wanted to hear her voice shake. Maybe I wanted closure. Maybe I just wanted to stop pretending I didn't care. Hello. I said, my voice calm. She exhaled sharply, almost in relief. Finally. Why haven't you been answering? I was giving you space to enjoy your trip. You don't have to be sarcastic. I'm not. You told me to relax. I listened. Her silence lasted so long I thought the call disconnected. Then she said it, the sentence that revealed everything. Why aren't you checking on me? I laughed. I didn't mean to, but it came out before I could control it. You wanted freedom, I said. I gave it to you. That's not what I meant, she snapped. You're supposed to care. You're supposed to ask where I am. No, I said quietly. I'm supposed to be your husband. And husbands shouldn't have to chase their wives while they go on trips with their exes. There was another long pause. Then her voice dropped to a panic I had never heard from her. Did someone tell you something? Did you see something? That was it. That slip. That fear. She had done something. I didn't need anyone to tell me anything, I said. Your behavior told me enough. Nothing happened, she whispered, but the tremor in her voice made it useless. Alina, I said softly, I stopped believing you the moment you told me to relax. She started crying. Not the soft guilt kind, angry crying, the type someone does when their control slips through their fingers. You can't do this, she choked out. You can't just ignore me. You can't. I can, I said. And I think I finally understand what you never wanted me to realize. What? That I deserve someone who doesn't make me feel like I'm an inconvenience. Her sobbing grew louder. We'll talk when I get home. No, I said gently. We'll talk when you decide whether you want this marriage or your freedom. Because clearly you can't have both. I ended the call. For the first time in months, I slept without clenching my jaw. She came back 2 days later, eyes swollen, face tired. She tried to hug me at the airport. I stepped back. We'll talk, I said. But not today. And for once she didn't argue. I don't know where this marriage will end, not yet. But I know this. Her betrayal didn't break me. My silence did. And now she's the one trying to hold on. While I'm finally learning how to let go.